Welcome to our channel Pyramid Times. Myself Veena Surbu, alternative healer and a life coach, and also creative director at Pyramid Times. We have with us guest Nithya Chellam. Nithya, can you please introduce yourself and welcome to Wisdom Talks, our show.
Thank you so much, Veena, for having me here today. Yeah, so I'm Nithya Chellam. I'm an author, a life coach, an alternate healer, and I train people extensively in shamanic healing and access consciousness. These are amazing modalities that enable people to change their whole lives by accessing different dimensions, and most of it is just as simple as changing your thinking. And I am very happy in helping people look at higher perspective, change their lives, moving into a new spiritual direction of life, and getting to know what the true meaning of life is. And a lot of my work, my book, and the therapies that I do based on this philosophy that you can just change your life by changing your thinking.
That's amazing, Nithya. So today our topic we have chosen is non-physical beings, which is otherwise called entities. Nithya, can you explain what exactly are the entities?
Sure, Veena. So when we talk about entities itself, everything is an entity by definition. Everything physical or non-physical, even my laptop, me, everything is an entity. But we use the term entities to describe non-physical beings, as in beings who don't have a body. Now, this may seem like it's not true to a lot of people, but you can sense these beings. And let's take one very powerful non-physical being, which is the wind. How powerful is it? You can sense it, you can hear it, but can you actually see it? Not as much, unless there are leaves or something around. But the wind is very much there. So like that, what people don't know is that these non-physical beings do exist. And again, it is belief by belief to the person. So if you truly don't believe in it, you don't have to. But if you're willing to be open-minded, it can open up a new world to you. For example, animal spirit guides, which is from shamanic healing, which is one of the oldest healing modalities on earth. These are beings without bodies and guides that help us to a large extent. Every animal has a spirit. So there's a spirit of a wolf that helps you be more intuitive. There's a spirit of a snake that, if you allow it, will show you how to transform with ease. There's a spirit of bats that open up a whole new spiritual world for you. And then these are all higher consciousness spirits. There's something called angels also that are always looking out for you, always helping you. You just have to ask. There are also some lower consciousness beings, which again, you can sense them. They don't feel as good as higher consciousness beings do. You may not be able to see them, but there's usually a feeling of chillness or cold, or not a great feeling when these are around. Now, we don't have to be afraid of any of these things, because the most powerful entity is you, especially in your body. So we just learn to work with them, be aware of them, because ignorance is not bliss, as many people do say. It's not bliss at all. It's just putting you on the wrong track. But awareness will help you embrace a new, different world that is beyond this physical world. And for all of us who think because the physical world is what you can see, this is all this planet is about, it is not true. There is so much magic, mystery, and miracle in this planet, and a lot of it can come when we access the spirit world. So that's what I would like to say about non-physical beings.
That's so wonderfully explained, Nithya. So do we get to see those entities or angels or spirit guides, or how can we communicate to them?
It depends on person to person. There is a gift called clairvoyance, where some people are able to see with their third eye, and some people just hear them. Some people just know that they exist. So it depends on where your talent lies. If you're very clairvoyant, you might be able to see them. Again, when you're in trance, or when you go to the spirit world, you might be able to see them. Usually you don't see them in the physical world as such, but the sense of touch or the sense of feeling and sensing is very high for most people. So most people will be able to have a sense of a good feeling or a bad feeling in any of those beings that are around. And again, not to be afraid, just for fun, to get a sense and work on them, to know that there's a different world exists beyond this world, is where we would like to go, and not into any fear or any misconceptions that the movies show us about these beings. It's not like that. It is just they are beings without bodies that are mostly lost, and they're just looking for how they can move on. And we beings with bodies, when we are more aware, when you're not aware, you will not be able to help them. But when you're more aware, you can definitely communicate with them and help them. And if you can see them, the communication is going to be very different. It's not like it's from this world. It's going to be mostly in images. Like I was talking with one person, a grandfather who had passed away. Because when people do die, only their body does, not their spirit. And he'd wanted me to convey some information of, for her to look after flowers or roses. And when I did communicate with this, she told me when he was alive also, he did ask me to plant roses. So it just gives you that connection of what is there. And I do have formal courses if people want to train more on how to do this. But let's just assume the communication is different, and let's just go with the thought that we don't have to fear any of these things.
Okay, that's very eye-opening thing. So, do we get guidance on our life issues from these entities or non-physical beings, or you have been telling that we can guide them to the light? How does we benefit from each other?
Oh, that's a very great question, Veena. So here the difference is when it's a higher consciousness being without a body, like the spirit of the wolf or the spirit of the snake. These things will definitely guide you. So my primary guide is a wolf, and he will tell me. I will ask him, should I buy this? And I get a message back. And now the message seems like it's your imagination, but it's definitely not, because you will see whatever they say will actually be right. So that's when you know it's not imagination, because you cannot just hear a message and see that happen in your physical world, right? So when I wanted to buy my house, my wolf told me, go ahead and buy it, you'll get the money. And I got the money in a month. So now that's when I know it's not imagination, because I cannot just with one word imagine something and get everything. So higher consciousness beings definitely are there to guide you. Lower consciousness beings are just looking for help. So you can probably there are different ways to train and learn to help them. And for them, we don't be afraid. We just have to show them. Some of them are just looking for the awareness that they're dead. Some of them don't even know that they're dead. So this is ways in which we can, start with your dead, start with telling them you need to go to a different place, and then they will be able to.
That's so wonderful. So can we gain some talents by communicating, like they say channeling? Can we do that exactly?
Yes, you can. Channeling is when another being talks through you, and it's very much feasible. Again, we have to be careful there. If we channel from higher consciousness, it's really amazing. But we have to be careful not to channel from anything that's lower consciousness. That's not going to be really helpful to. But definitely, I write a lot of channel messages from animal spirit guides, like the jackdaw, the Loch Ness monster, some of these exotic guides, mammoth, which usually is not found in the net from other people, is what I was targeting and writing. And they've come and told me amazing things, like the centipede. That's an animal spirit guide. It's usually it's a insect that has 100 legs. That's why it's called a centipede. I think it has more than 100. I'm not sure, but centi means 100. And it told me, like, what it told me was, you have 100 things working in your life. Why are you focusing on that one thing that doesn't work? And I was like, oh my God, I'm just focusing on my problem, and this thing didn't work, this thing didn't work. What about all the 100 things that are going well? Your salary, your job, your family. What about all of those, right? And we have so many things in life going on well, but we want to focus on that one thing that doesn't work. So that was a beautiful message. And I had written it out saying that if you connect with the centipede, or when the centipede comes into your space, what do you mean when a centipede comes into your space, or a higher consciousness being comes into your space? If you hear the word, or you see the picture, or you see the real animal, that's when it's an indication that they come into your space. So I was like, okay, centipede has come in my space, and now I'm going to focus on the 100 things that work in my life. And that is also amazing. And when you know you've got your channeling right, is that message will feel really good. You will not feel bad about it, and it'll be empowering. It will tell you, like, focus on the good things. It's not going to tell you that you're bad or you're wrong, or that's just judgment, and that might be something from lower conscious. But anything that empowers you and helps you move forward definitely could be from higher conscious. And I've also channeled some symbols. I believe that's a gift from the Mother Earth itself. Like my sun symbol just helps heat up the whole body. It's called communion symbols. And my rain symbol actually can cool down. We've seen it cool down a few rooms and even enable it to rain at times. So these are amazing stuff which is gifted to you from higher consciousness if you're just willing to be a channel or to receive it. That being said, even if you don't channel, just being yourself and believing in yourself is more than enough. You yourself have a lot of inner wisdom that can enlighten you and everyone.
Yes, definitely, Nitya. I go with whatever you have said. Whenever we take this guidance from higher beings, we find life at ease. We know what exactly needs to be done, and we are guided. And things will just fall into place without much effort.
Exactly.
That's so wonderful. So, what exactly is the talk to the entities class that you conduct?
Okay, Talk to the Entities is a special class from Access Consciousness, and I'm a Talk to the Entities certified facilitator. So in that class, for this class, entities means beings without bodies. We will learn how to clear entity. Clear is, let go of all these ghosts or unwanted energies around. How do you talk to them? How do you tell them in a particular way so that they don't harm you, and neither do they stay with you? And it's empowering those non-physical beings to choose something different, which is what they're looking from you. And we also learn to communicate with them. We learn more of what these non-physical beings are and how and all they can benefit us, because if you clear them, they're going to be grateful to you. And there's a way of receiving from those beings also. So these are amazing cool stuff which you don't hear anywhere else. And it's not like an exorcism at all. You don't have to fight with them or say that I'm more powerful, or use holy water, nothing like that. Just amazing statements, just talking to them just the way I'm talking to you, and saying few amazing words with which you can suddenly sense their presence is gone. And when they're gone, your body feels amazing, because your body is meant only for one being. It's not meant for more than one. But when we do have entities in our body, your body is functioning for more than one being. Imagine your body is working for 4 people. You have to eat for 4 people, you have to drink for 4 people, you have disease of 4 people. That's not kind to the body, right? So this class gets you to being yourself, and only your being is in your body. And then your body seems so light, and life is so much more fun. And this is one of those mystery arts. If you're willing to dig into that, this is the class for you.
That's so truly said. I myself experience sometimes I feel hunger of the next person in my family itself.
Yeah.
I wonder where is this coming from? Why I'm feeling so hungry? It's so true. We even could sense the other person's patterns, behaviors, and everything within our own bodies.
Yes. We're very, very sensitive creatures who has a sense and a perception of everything, but we kind of use a logical mind to not believe in these worlds. So what if we could embrace all the worlds, like the best of the physical world and the spirit world? Then how expansive would life be?
So does accessing to the entities involve going into a trance state, or how does it work?
That depends on the modality you use. Like when you're using Access Talk to the Entities, we don't have to actually go into trance. It's much simpler. We can do it right from the physical world just by using few statements. If we use shamanic healing, then we journey to the depths of the spirit, and then we see things there. And there you can actually get more information when you are in trance. So you can do it either way.
So do we say that we exist in both the world, spirit world as well as this 3D Earth planet?
Yeah. So your body is the home for your spirit. And what I learned is that your body is inside your spirit. So your spirit is much bigger, and it exists beyond your body in many, many dimensions. So it's not that the spirit fits in your body. It's your body that fits into your whole spirit.
It will be very amazing if we know about all our bodies and how we are in oneness with the whole as such.
Yes.
That's so nice. So in conclusion, I would say there is nothing harm or anything to be scared about connecting to these entities. So if you want to know more information or attend any workshops with Nitya, definitely get in touch with her. All the description about her website and other links will be posted below this video.
Thank you so much, guys. And please subscribe to Pyramid Times. And I would again like to thank Pyramid Times for giving me this opportunity. And lovely talking with you, Veena, as always. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nitya. And we'll be coming up with a new topic with Nitya again. Keep watching Pyramid Times.
Thank you.